Hi everyone, this is Doris with Rich in Love Fashion, and on this week's episode of Dose of Doris, I wanted to talk about what you appreciate appreciates. Simple concept, right? But you'd be so amazed of how many people don't understand how to appreciate another person, how to take that energy and really exude it to the other person that is doing good for them. So I have this friend, and I always expected so much from this friend because I was doing so much in the friendship. I was always the one carrying all the weight on my shoulders to support both of us. So you can kind of see where the lack of appreciation was coming. Because when you're always carrying the weight and doing everything, and that person isn't showing their appreciation, you can kind of see the yin yang and the lack of balance. So through my spiritual journey and us being no contact, I've seen a lot of things differently for both of us. One, we were on a karmic cycle, and number two, we had little to no balance whatsoever. And I remember having this conversation with him about, let's get on track, let's get some balance, because I wanted to fix everything. I wanted to fix, the lack of balance that we had, and I wanted to get some of this weight off my shoulders. He became very defensive, and he clearly stated he did more than enough for me, and maybe we shouldn't be friends if I was thinking this way. That's not how I wanted the conversation to go. So case in point, the lack of appreciation I felt just continued to grow more. It was like the seeds we were planting, and they were starting to sprout, and it was sprouting bad weeds. And he continued to do the bare minimum, and I carried all the responsibilities. So it was just not a good combination. So it hit me one day. Despite how much you can do for somebody and how much you bring to the table, it may never be enough, not because you're not enough, it's just because they're just empty. It's a reflection of them and their lack of appreciation that they have for their life and those around them. So somebody can say all day long, thank you, but if it's an empty thank you, it doesn't really even matter. Like, why even say thank you if you're not going to exude that energy and appreciation to that other person and really make it clear, I really appreciate you picking up the bill tonight for dinner. I really appreciate you taking the time to drive us across town. I really appreciate X, Y, and Z. Because no matter what, we have to realize about our focus and what we do with our focus. It becomes the filter in which we experience our lives. So as many of you already know, where your focus goes, energy flows. So in my situation, my energy was flowing in the lack of effort that he was placing into the friendship. And despite how much I tried to put rose-tinted glasses on and see it differently and saying, oh, well, at least he did this, that was just settling. That was lowering my vibration to what I really deserved in the friendship. So my focus immediately would go back to, why am I carrying the responsibility of picking up the check and driving us everywhere and doing X, Y, and Z? Why is it on me? So I wonder if we ever did appreciate each other, where would we be different? Like, what would our outcome be? Well, obviously we wouldn't be no contact, and maybe we would have a better energy between each other. But at the end of the day, you always have to remember this. You always have to bring a pure heart of appreciation to the table. It will serve itself each and every time. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Dose of Doris. Additional information can always be found by visiting richinlovefashion.com. And please support the channel by following, sharing, and subscribing. And until we meet next time, remember to always stay glamorous.